And now, what you've all been waiting for. It's Coin Op TV Live, starring Robert Welkner and the lovely Haley Bright. And now, give it up for your host, Robert Welkner.
All right. Welcome to Coin Op TV Live on the Stream.tv, your home for live, interactive entertainment. I'm your host, Robert Welkner. Big show tonight. It's February 11th, episode 329. We got my man Chris Lena, the executive producer for Dragonica Online in the house. Let me warm up the sign again. We've also got a video submission from Cupcheck. And also we're going to talk about some of the zombie art shows that I went to, some of the other things going on in the gaming world. It's going to be a fun, exciting show. It's live, it's interactive. We got the chat rooms going, but if you want to hit us up with a question or concern, the best way to do that is via the instant messenger at thestream.tv, all spelled out. So with that, I'd like to introduce my team, the people that help me keep things going in the world of fun Coin Op TV live action. So first up, you guys know her. You've seen her around a couple times doing the show with me. She's the reason why I come here on Thursday nights. My lovely co-host, Miss Haley Bright.
Hey Rob, what's up? Good to see you. How's your week been?
It's been going all right. I went to court to fight a speeding ticket and
wow, that sounds exciting.
Had a virus on my PC. I had to reinstall Windows. It's been a very I've been very focused on things outside of gaming, and I had 2 huge games drop this week that I didn't really get to play because I've been so consumed with other things. So how about yourself, Haley? What's going on in your world?
Valentine's Day.
Very
Thanks,
cute.
Rob, for my cool Valentine. It looks really yummy. I'm going to eat it later.
That's from Panera.
Really?
Yeah.
My favorite place sells Valentine. It is. Wow, it's extra special. I love Panera.
Now apparently, just before the show, you handed me a little Valentine's gift. It's shaped like a heart
You're gonna
box
love
here. And for the kids
Turn
at
it
home,
around.
a little New Moon Valentine's Day gift there.
Ow! Hey, we had Justin Chan on our show a few months ago.
Yeah, I wonder if he's one of the flavors. Maybe I can eat Justin's as the characters.
That just sounds weird, Rob. I'm sorry.
Well, there's a Bella, and then there's
right.
a wolf and a vampire chocolate. So
all the girls out there are insanely jealous that you're eating Twilight chocolates.
there is.
For
I know
Valentine's
Mystique
Day.
right now is probably wishing she could reach through and grab one of my chocolates there.
And for everyone who doesn't know, Mystique's one of our favorite fans of the show. Yeah, anyway, my week may have been more exciting than yours because I got a new iPhone,
Woo.
which is way more exciting than fighting speeding tickets. Did you win?
I got it reduced.
That's
So
good.
That's a start. Let me introduce Brian. We'll touch base a little more with our chatters, give some shout outs. You guys who watch the Stream.tv, you know him, you love him. He's the guy who runs things and helps out. Part 3 of Coin Op TV, Mr. Brian Gramo.
Where's my Valentine's, Rob? I've known you longer than Haley. So where's mine?
Well, you can have, we can have some of my chocolates.
I like chocolate. I enjoy chocolate very much. Everyone except the coconut one. I always bite into that, and then I get the coconut one, and then I feel bad because I don't want to finish it. But other people have that problem too, right? I'm not alone in the mystery Valentine's Day candy issue.
No, I like to know what's in my chocolate as well.
All right. Well, sometimes they have the diagram. If you get the really expensive Russell Stover's one, you're going to get the diagram. But the regular cheapo $5 or, come on, in my case, $1 Valentine's Day heart things, they don't give you the diagram.
Haley, what's going on in your world? We got any live viewers at home you want to give a shout out to?
Yes, I do. I want to give a shout to Jirok81, TJ Slipperman, you're my favorite internet fan, Clamboyant, Sergeant Silent, Dan GC, and Mr. Paisley. Let me check over here. B. Bundy. Corey, Scott, wow, some people have like really normal names. This is really weird. And DK10s, yes.
So, Haley, out of that group, how many of those guys did you have to turn down for Valentine's wishes in order to be my Valentine this year? What's the running count?
Oh, Rob. I only turned down a few people, actually, for Valentine's Day. What about you?
I'm accepting everybody. I'm the opposite.
A free-for-all Valentines.
Last year I had a Valentine on the East Coast and the West Coast. I sort of
you're a pimp.
Split it in half there. So
How do you do that? Is that like you go visit one girl one day and the other girl the next weekend because you were busy?
I cloned myself that week.
That's just strange. Next.
Funny shout out you're giving there, Haley. Some of those people abuse me on Twitter, yet they watch the show. So I guess they're having a good time, even though they want to tease me about things. But cool, let's get on with the show. It's going to be a good time. We're going to bring out our guests in a little bit, but there's some events that were going on in LA that I want to talk about. Haley, you missed the Zombies in Love art show that went down at Gallery Nucleus. The opening, I brought some photos to share, though. So Brian, if we could check some of these out. There's an overview of the whole gallery with Ben giving out some giveaways, and then some
Whoever took that is tall.
That's Mike from Blank Logos photos there, and also some detail shots. Here's me sort of mimicking kind of the I thought this reminded me of like the Twilight Zone, not the haunted house ride inside of Disney with the heads there.
So they get, basically the thing is they get uglier as you go to the left. Is that it? And so the fifth one is just like unbearable.
Woo! Exactly, Brian.
We haven't gotten the groan sign yet for Brian. Here's like a, so what happened was, Haley, they had some of the art show, and then they had a zombie walk to coincide with the art show, hence creatures of different shapes and sizes at the art show there.
And don't give me any lip, because like I'm just taking things from the chat room. Even A71 says, which one's Rob?
And then finally, Roger Barr and his lovely wife, Ree, were there and got to run into them and hang out. Sometimes you may see him around the studio on Friday nights. Awesome guy.
Roger's married?
Yeah, it's his wife.
Really?
And she's an artist as well. His
He
co-host.
looks like he's like 25.
Hey, I don't know how old
Wow.
his is, but yeah, and his co-host and him, they do the show on Friday nights. We think. There's some mystery to that. Right, Brian?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. If you don't know, yeah, sure.
So cool. So what Haley? Any nice comments from the viewers? That aren't dissing me about my zombified photo there.
They said that I'm jealous that you took pictures with zombies.
It was pretty cool. They were giving out some Mexican food outside, some like brain rizalons, or it was like funny horror names for like brain meat and like zombie gore and stuff.
So not only zombies attacking you, zombies with gas attacking you.
Rob, I found you a Valentine.
Okay.
Jackie Off says, Rob, you're awesome.
All right, Jackie.
It's a girl, I think.
I think she may be on the East Coast as well. So
Jackie's one of those names that can go either way.
Yeah, that's a
Jackie,
tricky one.
Yeah. So you got to be careful with those androgynous names.
Well, Jackie, you have until Sunday to finalize this Valentine's connection or whatever. Solidify.
So, Rob, in the meantime, have you been playing BioShock 2?
I've been playing some games. So I've been wiping out viruses and I've been going to court. But two huge games came out this week: BioShock 2 with a fancy glittery cover there. The sequel to one of the best games a couple years ago, BioShock 1. So I've only logged about an hour so far because I've been so busy. I got it on Tuesday late, like Tuesday at 7 o'clock. I didn't even know UPS came that late. But I'll give a little more of a review and a heads up on this game. But so far, my first impressions: loving it, digging it, awesome so far. And then also Dante's Inferno came out, another shiny box. And I did some interviews and coverage with these guys. Dante's Inferno came out from EA. So two huge games. And also Dante's Inferno, the movie, came out too as well to coincide. So haven't watched the movie, played a little hands-on with Dante's. I'll talk about the games a little more next week. So I haven't had time to really dig in, Haley. I didn't get these games early like some of the other titles.
What games have you been playing the most this week, Rob?
Not a lot. I've been like...
Or last week?
I'm ashamed to say, but been doing some achievement whoring with Army of Two with my, mostly in my free time.
Achievement whoring. Like any particular achievements you've been trying to get?
Oh yeah, there's one where like
you're like, yes.
Yeah, there's good achievements. There's one where you have to run and it's called like a charging achievement. And you have to charge and knock over like 20 guys to get that, and that's really cool because you just run as fast as you can. You hit them and then they fly back like 20 feet. So that's the charge achievement. Got that. That was good.
That's cool. I must tell you that because I got my iPhone, I've been like a total like iPhone hog this week. So I've been playing a lot of old school Qbert. Oh, actually, Black Nerd, if you're watching, one of our fans, I am ready to take you on Qbert. I hold the #1 score on this like online Qbert iPhone game. So I think I'm ready.
Do you got Words with Friends?
Do we have what?
Do you have Words with Friends? It's like an ongoing Scrabble game you can have with multiple
No,
people, and you can
I
take
don't
your
have
time
that.
to get back. It's cheap. I have the free version, so you can just get the free version of Words with Friends, and we could be playing a Scrabble game against each other as you go. And then if you don't want to make your move until tomorrow, you can take your time, and it just sits there waiting for the next person. So I have like 8 games open with people.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, Cubert's not quite that cool.
And can you bump me yet? You want to bump each other after the show?
I guess, yeah, I'll have to download this app. That's cool. Yeah,
the app.
It's okay. I've been playing Cubert, and I've been playing old school Sonic the Hedgehog. And it's actually really hard on the iPhone because there's this level and it has the spikes that come out of the ground, and I just keep dying. Sonic, no matter how high I make him jump, he just wants to fall into the spikes.
Aww.
So I actually can't beat this one level, but I'm trying. So I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Well, I'll say one thing. While we're talking about the iPhone, I'll say one thing that is in theme. We just talked about the zombie event over there, photography. There's a thing called Pocket Zombie. That's kind of fun. That's a quick game to check out. It's pretty cheap, too. It's only like $1.
Oh, dude, TJ Slipperman was like, Haley, are you good at Centipede? I will take you on at Centipede. I totally forgot about that game. I'm pretty good.
That's a good one.
That game's awesome. I forgot. That game's amazing. It's so old school.
Well, the next SC3 is going to be in April, Haley. So rev up your retro arcade skills. We'll get our game time on at some of the arcade games there.
Tell them a little bit about SC3 if no one's ever been.
SC3, the best SoCal, probably the best LA bi-yearly. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Twice
bi-yearly.
a year.
The one social event I make
arcade.
it to every year, it's the only time you'll see me out of the stream.tv is pretty much there.
Well, bi-yearly would be every other year. It's twice a year, so that's incorrect. But twice a year, it's an arcade retro party in Los Angeles. Hit me up on Twitter at Pennyman or something. Follow Haley. We'll inform you guys as we get a little closer.
Is the next one coming up? Is there a date?
Yeah,
it's like in the spring.
It's in April. The guys actually told me not to hype it up too much because it's getting so crowded.
I'm already excited. No, there's more and more people showing up there. It's a fun time to go play. There's just a sea of classic arcade games that you can continue to play endlessly without pumping any money into them. Who wouldn't want to go there?
Yeah, it's good time. I can't wait. And then we'll play some Centipede and some Cubert. Haley, you can.
Yeah.
And Tron and the original Star Wars.
And last year I learned that track and field game. I had no idea how to play that before. That was cool.
Yeah, that was good. I know Brian and I did a little Tron off where we got to play some Tron against each other. It was
the
fun.
owner's so good at it. Like, he's talking to you, not even looking. It's like, oh, you do this and you do that. He's so good at all the games. That just makes sense. Tron's really why I go. Tron and Star Wars.
So, Rob, what about this video submission from Cupcheck?
Well, so I don't have reviews for BioShock 2 and Dante's Inferno, but we do have a video submission from one of our viewers and our fans, Cupcheck. He's done a few before. This first one we've gotten in a while. It's for American Gladiators for the Super NES. Brian, if that's ready, let's check it out.
In 1985, this TV show was created where ex-football players and steroid abusers can kick the crap out of people on a weekly basis. That show was American Gladiators. Like the show, the Super Nintendo version had Assault, Atmosphere, and the Eliminator, with killer graphics and a control scheme to match. But there's one thing that bothers me like most Nintendo games. I can't input my entire tag name into the name entry screen. With some people it'll work, like Haley can use her name, Brian can use his, and even Rogue's Jacket could get in on the game by just shortening it to ugly. Like, all that'll work, but Cupcheck is a no-go. Outside of that, and the repetitive music that's put throughout the game, it is a really good and solid title that I would recommend to anyone that was a fan of the original show. And that's my review for American Gladiators for the Super Nintendo. Haley, Rob, back to you guys.
So there it is, Cupcheck's review. Thanks a bunch for that. If you want to get in on the action, new or old game, you got 90 seconds. Do a review, make it fun, make it interesting. That was one of the games I watched the show, Haley, but I didn't really get to play American Gladiators on the Super NES, so I have to check it out. What do you think?
I think it was awesome. The viewers, Andrew5590 says the graphics look amazing. Let's see. Here it is. Loyal Casanova says that looks nice. And a bunch of people were like, hey, Cupcheck, way to go. That was a really great review. So, awesome review.
Does my Am I confused? What am I missing here, Rob? I'm missing something. Can you explain to me what I'm missing here? Because didn't that come out like 20 years ago?
Oh yeah, well you know, since we have love for the old school games, you can review a game, you know, new or old, and who knows, some of these games they come out for like the WiiWare or the Xbox Live Arcade, so you know they get revamped. So you know we're talking new and old.
So they re-released it. That's the revamp of American Gladiators for the Super Nintendo.
No, I think that's just the original Super NES of it. Yes. But you can get it at a discount price, from what I understand now, if you're looking for that game, Brian.
Or I did like this TV show. I did like the TV show. I gotta admit.
Yeah, and sort of we referenced American Gladiators last week on the show, talking about the tester and stuff. So there's a little bit of a tie in there. So
thanks, Kopchik.
Good job, thanks. All right, speaking of shows and things, our friends from the 1UP show started a new show called Co-op, and they've been doing a show for about 6 or 7 months, I believe, and it's been a sort of a scripted show on the internet and Revision 3, and now they're doing Co-op Live, Haley. So here's a screenshot from Co-op TV Live, we think that's what it's called. And as you can see, since they're getting into the live arena, they're giving a little tribute to Coin Up TV Live with the Robbie the Robot prop on their background there. I thought that was a little funny on their set. As you can see, we have our Robbie. It's been there for his about 2 years, I guess.
That's awesome.
Robbie's actually been a guest on the show once when one of our guests couldn't make it. We had that action going. So
that must have been way before my time.
Yeah, that was early on when we had some booking and scheduling, you know, funkiness. But
when you were begging people to come on our show.
there was some of that. Yeah, earlier on I used to text people like, "Hey, watch the show, come on," you know. But now it's the other way around. We have to turn people away.
Now, apparently, the thing I was excited to watch it, but it's only streaming in HD. So if you don't have a computer that is capable of like getting the HD stream, you can't watch it on a sub level stream or like just a standard like 300K stream or something like that. I was curious of why they decided to do that. Do you have any insight into that?
I'm not sure with like the format, the syndication, but it was a little interesting. So they did about 20 minutes of a round table on the couch with the three dudes there, no interaction at all. And then Jonathan Mann, aka Game Jew, who was a guest on Coin Up TV a couple years ago, somebody I did have to beg to come on the show. He did a couple of songs and then sat on the couch, and they did some interaction with him via Twitter, taking some questions. So first show, pilot. Props to them for trying to do some live stuff. I'm sure it's going to get cooler and improve over time. You know, I'm very excited to see people going live. It was just a little weird. There was no chat room. And Brian said, we were talking about this. He's like, you know, Bobby, we could pull up one of your first episodes and be terrible. But they have like 5 camera people. They've got like PAs, a sound, I got the boom and stuff. And Brian and I, you know, we had, it was like me and Brian and everything right in front of us. That was our crew. So a little raw in the beginning, but now very...
It looks really nice. It looks really nice. The thing that's interesting is that Tube Filter did an article about that, and Tube Filter is a pretty good word on what's going on in web television. And Revision 3 is huge, and it says Co-op TV Live, not to be confused with, right in the article, the Stream.tv's Coin-Op TV Live. And when you think about it, it's just 2 letters off, and it gives a little bit of mention, and they put your highlight reel into the end of their article. So we kind of fished off the fact that their name is extremely similar to ours.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Props to our friends over at Tube Filter and the recognition. Hopefully in April, some more of that recognition will come through, right, Haley?
Streamy Award nominations come soon.
Rob's not hinting at a streamy or anything.
All right, Haley, anything else from the chat room before we move on to our guest segment of the show? What else you got going on in your world?
Oh, let's see. Lots is going by. Lowell Casanova. Haley's really enjoying herself. That's true. It's a good day.
Has anybody asked what your shirt says yet?
I don't think that they can... I'm looking up on there on the monitor. They can't see all my shirt. I'll have to just kind of stand up. I like to get it on with boys who vote. I'm supporting good habits. Voting. So you guys should all go out there and vote for the next election. Right, Rob? You vote, right?
Well, see, you know, well, we've Brian's censoring, doing like subliminal censoring there.
Subliminal coin up shirt.
Well, we asked people to vote for you for Game Ed of the Year. We asked them to vote for us for the Streamies. You know, if I had known
That's true. I should just post a picture right here and get them to vote.
Yeah, next time there's some voting. You know, even I think Microsoft has something coming up with some voting going on, and you know, it's been interesting. We appreciate your support. Is what I'm trying to say. You know, from you guys at home.
Yes, definitely. Let's bring on our guest, Rob.
All right, so Dragonica Online is a MMO, free-to-play MMO. I brought a trailer. Then we're going to get out Chris, the executive producer. So, Brian, let's check out the trailer for Dragonica Online.
lands of Dragonica are rich in magic and myth. Over the course of centuries, many heroes have created legends of their own. Fierce warriors guard the countryside, battling foul creatures with swords and brave hearts. Wild magicians explore abandoned ruins in search of spells and artifacts and challenge for their skills. Swift archers roam the forests, leaving sentries for the trees, tracking elusive beasts. Crafty thieves prowl the city streets, emptying pockets and keeping to shadows, and giving to those in need. For 1,000 years, such heroes kept the balance and believed the world was safe. But the evil dragon Elgar proved stronger than his chains. Now Dragonica's heroes must travel to distant lands. An alliance of champions gathers to battle Elgar's forces, but the Dragon Fellowship is not complete until you join us.
So Haley, Dragonica Online launched in October 2009 for the PC. It's already gotten a lot of praise. MMOHub.org named it 4th best MMO free-to-play MMO. MMOmorg.com named it one of the best free-to-play MMOs. We've got Chris Lena, the executive producer from THQ Ice. Guys, put your hands together. Let's welcome Chris. All right.
Thanks for having me.
Chris, welcome to the show. Are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
Sorry, no Valentine's Day candy for you.
I brought my own. I always have to.
You bring your own for us or for yourself?
Oh, for myself.
Oh, really?
I'm self-sufficient.
Okay, that's good to know. Chris, we're happy to have you on the show. I want to remind everybody we're live, we're interactive. At any time you want to try and get a question, comment, concern, it's the stream.tv, all spelled out on Instant Messenger, AOL Instant Messenger. So I brought some gameplay footage of the game that we can run while we're sort of talking, but I want to know, first of all, tell me a little bit about the world you guys have created in Dragonica Online here.
So as you mentioned, Dragonica Online is a free-to-play, massively multiplayer game. It's really interesting. It's a 3D side-scroller, so it has some of that old-school feel to it, but it still has all the sort of things you'd expect from a massively multiplayer online game with a little more action combat. So a lot of combos, a lot of platforming elements, jumping over pits, avoiding traps, and all of that. So we think we have a really good game.
Very cool. All right, we're looking at some of what's the character here we're looking at?
This looks like a magician, I think. Mm-hmm. So you can see here that you fight against a lot of people at the same time. It's pretty cute graphics, but don't let that fool you. The game can be pretty complicated as you go up higher in levels. There's a lot of different combos you can do. Hitting multiple people up in the air and then doing combos to keep them in the air. So there's a lot of things. And here you can see sort of the side scroller. We call it a 3D side scroller. So you still got that depth, but you still have that side to side sort of game. Very
cool. Awesome graphics. Looks very colorful and fun. So you mentioned the mage we were looking at there.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of a breakdown on some of the other character classes in the game.
So the 4 classes you can start with is magician, archer, thief, and warrior. But as you go up levels, you get to choose from different classes beyond that and branch out. And as you get higher and higher levels, of course, abilities get much more interesting. And we never take ourselves too seriously. So by the end of the game, your archer may be shooting a machine gun at somebody. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, we really kind of got that tongue-in-cheek aspect as well.
So it has the fantasy element, and you can get into modern technology elements as well?
We don't think fun should be bounded. So, anything that can be thrown in there, we definitely do it. Absolutely.
Well, very cool. I'm a sucker for anything with dragons and magic and fantasy, and that's when I saw some stuff coming in from this, I was like, ooh, we gotta talk about this game. So very exciting. And you sort of mentioned we were talking about the age group. Like, what is sort of your target? Because I'm a big Toys R Us kid at heart, but what is sort of your target audience for this?
Well, obviously there's a lot of gameplay for a lot of different people, but we're pretty much targeting, the teen, tween, maybe 13 to 24 area, especially people who have played free-to-play games before, especially free-to-play side-scrollers, because we think, this new game really has a lot more to offer than some of the older ones do. So we really think there's a whole pool of people there that just need to be made aware.
Very cool, very cool. Haley, I'm going to get to some of your questions, rev those up in a second, but we've mentioned the free-to-play. Can you explain a little bit about what that means as a business model?
Yeah, so it's free-to-play, absolutely free to download and play. None of the content is kept from you. You can go all the way from 1 to level 65. All the classes, all the areas are all available. We do have a cash shop where you can buy cosmetic items, like hats and coats, as well as some items that just make gameplay a little more convenient. So that's pretty much how we make the business.
Very cool. All right, Haley, what do you think of Dragonica Online? I've had to practice the pronunciation all week. Am I getting it right, Chris?
You're perfect.
It's a tricky one.
Perfect.
What do you think so far, Haley?
I think it looks awesome, and our fans totally agree. One point said it looks really good to him. And Sean O is curious, what's the level cap on the game?
Level cap is level 65 right now.
All right.
Yep. Well, we just raised it to level 65 recently. So.
How long will it take me to get to 65?
I don't know. I don't think I can comment on that.
A little stereotyping here. Don't I look like a fast level upper?
It's not quite Centipede, but.
Our director of the show, Brian, is a big MMO fan.
Yeah.
Brian, if you had to guesstimate level 65, how long do you think that would take you in Dragonica Online here?
I don't know I don't know how you level. I don't know. It's like, does it get hard? I mean, some games are built it's like the same amount of points every time, and that doesn't change. And some it's kind of exponentially more points before you can level. And I don't know. So I don't know. I haven't played the game. So let's say I was playing about 4 hours a day. Like I was a hardcore kid after school. I played for 4 hours a day. How long does it take me to get the level cap?
That's a great question. It's really different for everyone, but it would probably take you 4 hours a day. If you're good and you know what you're doing, maybe 2 months, 3 months, something like that.
Now, Rob, since
or
you already
2 years.
Since you already deferred to my MMO expertise, this is the big question I have to ask to you. The still number one on the block is WoW, right?
Yeah.
So and a lot of people, they don't want to pay the subscription for WoW, or it's too much of a commitment. For someone that might have been familiar with WoW or is thinking, let me just get into something that's more simple, surely you can recommend your game to them. And what's the first thing that they might recognize, or what's the funnest part about it if they were to explain to someone that was familiar with WoW?
Well, I'm not going to take that too simple. Yeah, so we have everything that a regular WoW type game has. I mean, we have guilds, we have crafting, we have a marketplace where players can sell items to each other. We have all the features you get from a subscription game. Mm-hmm. Free to play is a business model, not a genre. So but what we do offer is much faster combat, much more arcade style combat. A lot more movement around. Like the abilities actually do different things sometimes depending on how you're moving. If you're running, it may do something different. If you're in the air, it may do something different. And you're also doing these things as you're jumping onto moving platforms and fighting bosses. So there's a lot more arcadey elements than you'll find in a WoW and maybe some of your typical subscription MMOs.
Now we're talking.
All right, fantastic. Let me touch base and see what other questions we may have.
Actually, one of our viewers, Vodka is his name, was wondering, how much do these things cost? Like the things you have to buy for the game, are they like $1, like $5? How much would the average person look at spending going towards the game?
Yeah, so a lot of the items are maybe around the dollar range, but like I said before, most of the people who play don't spend a dime, so it's definitely not required. Mm-hmm. But yeah, around a couple dollars to $1.
Very cool. Haley, what else you got for us?
Solar Geist was wondering, do MP44s exist in this universe?
They want to get heavy on the artillery, huh?
I can't say if it's exactly an MP44 or not, but I believe we have Gatling guns, Scud missiles. Those are all powers that some of the classes get at higher levels. So we even have a tank you can summon. So yeah, lots of stuff.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Haley, what else you got for us?
A71 wants to know, what happens if you die? Do you get to continue on at that level, or do you have to start over from the beginning?
Death is a common thing in video games, I hear.
Yes, it is.
What happens when you die in your game?
It depends. You might get sent back to town, or you may be able to resurrect in place depending on the items you have. So it's not too harsh of a penalty.
Now, some of these online games, these MMOs, they get sort of themes to them, with a Valentine's Day or Easter coming up. Do you have a theme thing happening?
Yeah, today, actually, we just launched a new mission map, which is called the Candy Factory. Candy Factory? Cookie Factory? See what happens I'm on TV. But this is for Valentine's Day especially. So it's like, a map full of like angry candy, and eventually you fight Marshmalicious, the evil marshmallow, and then at the end a evil candy android.
Wow.
So definitely themed.
So Haley, I can get in the game and send you some evil candy to destroy your character. You okay with that?
That is so mean. No, not cool. Okay, well, while the camera's on me, let's see. Jackie Off wants to know, what inspired the story behind Dragonica?
Is this my Valentine's Day asking this question, Jackie?
Yes, that's your Valentine's Day.
All right,
she asked a great question. What was the story behind the game?
So this is, I think, really important too. Is the idea is that the world of Dragonica used to have both the dragons and humans living together, and then eventually the Dragon War happened, and the dragons got exiled. And then one of the evil dragons came back and started spreading corruption around the world. And the idea behind the game at this point is that the humans have to once again rise up and be heroes. So your character is actually playing a direct part. You're not just a pawn in what's going on. You know, your character is going out there and trying to stop this corruption directly.
All right, very good. Hey, we got time for a couple more. What else you got on your end? You having a good time, Chris?
This is terrible.
I love the shirt. Can you tell me a little bit about the shirt?
The reason I'm wearing the shirt is because we had a contest where we had fans design shirts, and this is our winner of our fan designed shirt.
Very cool. Do you know the person's name?
No.
Okay.
Rob, I have more questions.
Okay. I do too.
Can I ask mine first? Haley was last.
Fine, Brian.
Haley was
go
last.
ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, I like MMOs. All right, I just want to know, one of my favorite parts of MMOs is the ability to actually fight against other people. So is there a PvP element to your game? And if not, do you have plans to add one?
Yeah, we have PvP for sure. We have a lot of you can fight duels against other people, and we also have guild versus guild PvP where you're defending against objectives and like a
capture the flag kind of thing.
More like destroy the flag.
Nice.
Yes.
Destroy the flag.
Good answer.
And those are part of the modes that you're sort of releasing over time. These upgrades and stuff like.
Yeah, we're always updating the game. Just so far this year, we've already added 3 new instance areas. So. Mm-hmm. We're coming along fast and furious.
Very cool. Haley, you got time for a couple more. What else you got on your side?
Chris W. wants to know, what was your reasoning behind making this game a side-scroller game?
Very good question. So one of the things about us being a 3D side-scroller, so we're side-scrolling in the fact that you are kind of going side to side, but you also have free depth movement. So what that really does for us is allow us to add a lot of the things that you see in platformer games, like jumping over pits and the moving platforms and avoiding traps and all that stuff that you get. That makes much more sense in that way. But you still have the full 3D movement. You still are able to group with friends, surround enemies. You're still able to have all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And ability-wise for the characters too, it also makes a difference. You can really hone the abilities to sort of work on that axis. So it's a much more sort of targeted. It's not really a limitation. It's more like taking advantage of what you've decided to do.
All right, fantastic. Haley, we got time for one more?
Oh, wow, I have to pick one. Okay.
I got more if she hasn't got any, Rob.
No, I have so many. I was trying to decide what the best one was.
You snooze, you lose. Keep going.
Okay, Lugria wants to know how they get the t-shirt that you have on. A lot of people are asking this question.
First of all, can you get this shirt as a product in the game? And if not, can you get it on the website or something?
It's currently not available.
Okay, not at all?
Not at all.
Well, I happen to know, apparently eBay later tonight will have a one of these shirts online. From what I understand, if you go to eBay tonight, no, I'm kidding, Chris. Thank you for the shirt.
You're more than welcome to eBay that.
It's I'm kidding. It's a very awesome shirt. But is there any plans to reaching out and getting the cool shirt out there, either in the game or to people in live real life?
Sure. I mean, if
you have
there's
no more shirt anymore.
No more eBay. I guess you can cancel that auction.
If it's something that people want, then that's what the people get, right? So we'll see if people are interested.
Very cool. Speaking of that, before we wrap things up, plans to be at GDC, PAX East, Comic-Con, E3. Where can we see you again? Brian's got my shirt. He's showing off there. Good job, Brian.
I know last year we hit E3, we hit the Anime Expo and Comic-Con, so I'm not exactly sure which shows we're going to hit, but check out our website and we'll definitely let you know.
All right, very cool. Haley, I think we're going to wrap things up. Chris, you've been great. Anything else on your end, Haley, before we wrap things up? What's a good way to keep in touch with us?
You guys can actually follow Rob and I. You can follow us on Twitter at Haley Bright or at Pennyman. You can also follow our show at CoinOpTV or hit us up on Facebook and be a member of our Facebook fan group.
We're growing. Our Facebook group has about 700 people. How many people you got in your group so far?
I think we have more than that.
Okay.
I don't want to embarrass you.
Rob and I have been very bad about promoting our group, but we've been very good about promoting our Twitter page.
The Twitter.
This is the first time I've actually tried promoting our Facebook group.
And your Twitter is Dragonica THQ Ice.
That sounds right.
To get fans. And what's the website?
At DragonicaOnline.thqice.com.
All right, cool. Chris, well, hey, I can't wait to get my hands, check out the game, find out more, keep us in the loop. I'm going to pimp out the shirt if I can wrestle Brian back for it on the show.
Nine.
You got it, Brian? Is it on eBay yet?
My MMO shirt. Mine.
Wow.
That's kind of creepy.
I told Brian, I sent him an email. I go, we got an MMO guest on the show because he's a very MMO-friendly guy. So,
okay.
It's a treat.
Do I need an escort out, or
You may. I don't know. So cool. So, guys, we'll be back again next week. CoinUp TV Live. When we're here, we love you. It's the best time of our lives. When we're not here, we miss you. Chris, you've been a great guest. CoinUp TV Live on the stream.tv. Let me get the applause sign. We'll see you guys next time.
thank you very much.